Northwestern fencing now head coach Zach Moss in your first year after 2 seasons under the helm of former coach Lori Schiller. Zach, big shoes to fill. What are your first steps in filling the shoes of Coach Schiller?
Sure. I mean, I think the first step whenever you take over from somebody who's been somewhere that long and is that well established, is making sure that you find your own thing, right? So for me, it was good because I had 2 years to see what Lori had established and what I liked, what I didn't like, how I wanted to make that my own, how I wanted to take it in a different direction. So the first thing we came off and we made a bunch of changes right away that weren't necessarily changes in the overall operation of the program, but just things that gave it a different flavor for the team so that they understood that things were going to be different. And that we had a plan in place, we had a direction we wanted to go, where we wanted to bring the program, and that it was building on what Lori did and taking it hopefully to a new, even better place.
In addressing some of those similarities, Coach Schiller may be best known for his coaching of Epee, you also kind of focusing on Epee. How does that impact the direction to have essentially that continuity in the program? As opposed to, for example, someone specialized in Sabre
Sure.
coming in and leading a program.
Well, I don't know that there's a similarity in the fact of where our specialty is. I think there's a good continuity in the fact that I was here for 2 years with him. So the team was really familiar with me already. We had a shared experience in terms of Lori's direction and how he led the team. And so we already were speaking a common language that way, and top of the fact that we had 2 years to develop our own relationships, so that when the transition happened, it wasn't just somebody new and totally different that they didn't know, which would have made them really nervous, I think, to kind of just have someone totally different, have no idea what's going to happen. They knew things were going to be different, but they also knew me. So I think that made a big difference for them.
Some people they didn't know. I guess volunteer assistant coach Luther Clement was here
Yes.
this past year, but the new face being assistant coach Eric Momberg.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing him into the program, of course, with specialties in both foil and saber. How has that kind of shaped this first year with a new coaching staff?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Luther has an amazing background, is an amazing fencer, a really great coach. So having him for another year has been great, again, to help with some stability in his coaching staff. And then Eric has brought a completely new energy, a skill set that complements what I do really well. And just immediately we've clicked and we're working on the same page really quickly and really trying to take everybody in the program to a new level.
So with the three of you kind of guiding this program and trying to push it to a new level, as really the level of NCAA fencing as a whole continues to up itself, what is your coaching philosophy as yourself or as this three-headed monster you guys are?
For us, it's all about growth and development. We want to see, we have a team of 30 people, and we want to see everyone on that team leave college a better person, a better fencer, a better athlete, all of that. And the reality is not a lot of fencers, a majority of fencers after college, like most student athletes, don't continue their sport. And so while obviously results are really important to us and we want to see success, we see that more as a result of a process that's based around individual growth, development, growth as a group. Northwestern's a challenging place academically, it's a challenging place athletically. We want to see people, all the members of our team in that and culture grow, and that's what it's about. That's what college is about, is learning, maturing, and growing. So
definitely a lot for especially incoming freshmen to balance, to manage that transition. But even for seniors, it's always evolving. On the fencing front, what are certain things that kind of define you as a coach or define your philosophy with the program that you now are building and leading?
Sure. So for us, and for me as a coach, our program is really defined by investment in a process, investment in the people around us, investment in each other, really this sense of oneness for everybody, and just seeing in that environment with all the unique characteristics that everybody contributes, whether it's an incoming freshman from their club background, and whatever club they came from in that coaching background, or it's a college senior who's getting ready to go off and do something really scary in the real world, right? Like everybody has a different perspective and different skills that they're bringing to the group, and that collaboration and creating an environment where everybody brings value and creates and helps build everybody else.
The process for the present and the future, essentially.
Yeah, totally.
All right,
Yeah.
Northwestern University head fencing coach, Eric Moss. Thank you. Or Zach Moss, not to be confused with your assistant.
Yeah.
Thanks, Coach.